Hi, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I have for you guys a review of the new movie, The Fifth Wave. Now I'm sure you guys want to know, is this just another one of those Twilight teen love romance bullcrap boring movies? Or is this some sort of sci-fi epic? How about somewhere in the middle? So this movie, I got kind of excited about it. A lot of, it was this alien invasion. Could it be like living up to Independence Day type alien invasion? And then I was kind of reading some things where people were like, oh, this is based on a book. It's one of those little teeny movies, I don't like it. Wasn't for me. But I decided to check it out. Chloe Grace Moretz stars The Fifth Wave, and it is based off a book, and there is an alien invasion. Now they make it obvious in the trailer, the first 4 waves, and I'll try to remember. Wave 1, they EMP'd Earth, causing... Now see, the thing is, I was trying to figure out how likely the scenario is. I mean, unless they had a constant EMP, an EMP will knock out the electronics, but then I guess if you could repair them, I don't think an EMP can knock out something that's turned off, like to damage it. If you have electronic on, an EMP should damage it and allow it to not function anymore. But if it was off, once the EMP was over, I would think you'd be able to turn it on. I mean, I'm no expert. So the EMP of the world, no electricity, no water. Then the second wave, I believe, was like a earthquake type thing, and it caused like tidal waves and stuff. And then the third, what was the third wave? The third wave was the bird flu, super bird flu. The fourth wave was them actually coming to Earth disguised as humans. And then the fifth wave. So all that kind of happens quickly. At the beginning of the movie, though, there was kind of like this scene in it. It was, I don't know if it's kind of to throw you off, but I was very surprised at what happened. And I kind of like that they took that risk, and I like the way they did that. So the fifth wave is kind of what this movie's about, the build up to the fifth wave. And they don't tell you in the trailer what it is, and you find out later in the movie what the fifth wave is, towards the end, really. So basically... it's her and her parents and her brother, and then of course, people are getting lost along the way in her neighborhood, in her city, in her family, and basically she gets separated from her brother, and she's trying to reconnect with her brother, find her brother, and that's the majority of the story, is her on this journey kind of to find her brother. Now, I felt like I was trying to just figure out the timeline in my head. She had to go 80 miles, and I'm just like, okay, most people, they could do 10 miles a day pretty easy, so it should be like 8 days. But then you find out she's only gone 20 miles, and she still has 60 miles left, and it seems like it takes her no time to go 60 miles. I don't know. It didn't really seem like it worked to me. So this movie does have kind of like that romance, but they don't focus on it. It is definitely a part of the movie, but it's not a huge part. It's not the entire story. And there's kind of like a love triangle too, I guess, sort of, not exactly, but there's kind of like a little love triangle going on. And meanwhile, her brother is like being trained by the army. He's only like less, maybe 10 years old, and he's being trained by the army to fight against the aliens. And she's like trying to get to him, and the aliens are like looking for humans, and then it kind of builds up to this twist. The twist is so easily seen, like if you just see it from a mile away coming. I really don't think it's a good twist. Liev Schreiber plays like this, he's like the army commander or whatever. It's pretty good. I was trying to think, Livingston plays her dad, but he's not in it much. He doesn't last very long. So this movie is kind of short on the sci-fi, because the aliens really just inhabit human bodies, so you really don't see the aliens in their form, and they don't really hard to say. They don't focus on the sci-fi a lot. I really thought for a movie like this there would be more action, you know, more fighting. There are scenes where they are fighting, but there's not much of it. I really thought there would be like more action, more aliens, more mayhem, and there really isn't a lot of that. Another thing, there's no real standout performances in this movie. You know, there's nobody who you're just like, oh yeah, they're so great. Like, you know, like just take Independence Day, the speech from the president, or like when Randy Quaid flies into the ship. You know, there's no real good moments like that where they just did a really good job. I feel like everything was average. You know, no real great acting, and nothing over the top. But to answer your guys' questions, I do think this movie is worth checking out. I definitely liked it. I hope that this movie does get a sequel, because of course it ends on a cliffhanger. I definitely want to know what happens with the story without having to read the book, because that won't happen. So I hope they make a sequel. It's definitely a above average movie for sure. But again, like I said, it's kind of light on the sci-fi, a little heavy on the romance. But I think this is a good movie. You know, maybe you and your girlfriend or wife could watch together, or you know, whatever. You could watch by yourself. I watched it by myself. But for score in this movie, I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. You know, like I said, it's above average, but nothing fantastic by any means. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.